Hey everybody, DGooden24 here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about NASCAR 25 again. So, yeah, I know it's easy views, and I obviously do have opinions though. I have Jeff Fabiano's gameplay playing in the background. Obviously, go watch his video. I'm sure most of you have. I'll link his channel and video in the description. He's a very nice guy. Follows me on Twitter. I didn't really reach out to ask him, but all the other creators did. And I'm going to link all his stuff. So hopefully this is okay. But I want to kind of talk about my optimism for this game. This is not like I'm not analyzing this video. I am going to talk just about my thoughts and opinions of this game that's coming out. And honestly, I think this is going to be the best NASCAR game since the PS2 games. Like, since at least NASCAR 08 on PS2. I know NASCAR 08 on PS2 was a retread of 07, but they did some different things with the career mode in the game. And while it's not my favorite, I do think that it's a solid game. It's there with 07 and 08. I think this game right here is going to be on par with that. I'm not saying it's going to be better. I'm not going to say this is going to be the best NASCAR game of all time. Since this is year one, I do think that there's going to be some things that need to be worked on. I do think the AI isn't going to be perfect right out of the gate here. I do think that's still going to be tweaked on as everything goes forward, and I think if this game struggles, it's going to be with that. I would like to see, going forward, us kind of straying a little bit away from the Heat stuff, if that makes sense. Like, I love the fact, like, up here we have this, like, all this, and you can scroll through your tire wear and your lap times and damage and stuff, but I wish they could kind of give that a little bit of their own flair. I don't know, it's just kind of been the same since NASCAR Heat, that you can, on the left you can do that, and on the right you, like, it's just, I don't know. It is a solid system, but I wish we could innovate just a little bit. Also, pitting. I am so conflicted. I love the ability to just skip going down pit road and doing it that way. The problem I have with that is, number one, we don't get caution replays. I feel like that's not make or break for me, but I do feel it's something that needs to be in these games within the next 3 years. Or a little bit better replay system. But I do think caution replays are important, and I do think there's something that people do want. It's not make or break, but I do think it's something that they need to implement. But when it comes to pitting, I feel that when you come down pit road, I don't think I've ever really gained spots on pit road. I feel like no matter what, you're always, like, you know how many spots you're going to gain or lose, whether you take 2 or 4 tires every time, because just that's how it operated in NASCAR Heat. And I just wish that was a little bit different. I'm okay with it. It's not a problem. I just wish we could innovate a little bit, or at least go back to watching our drivers on pit road. Now, the thing is, I know that that's kind of hard to implement. The EA games did it. They did struggle a little bit. Like, you would have cars just kind of stop, and they'd get in your way, and it would kind of cost you time. Dirt to Daytona really struggled with that, and that's Monster. I don't know if they have done better or worse since then, but I would really like to see just a little bit of innovation there. But aside from that, and the AI, maybe needing work, I think that this is going to be an amazing experience. I want to start out with the gameplay. I think is going to be, at least the driving aspect is going to be very good. This is iRacing we're talking about, and it drives so good, and just the way it looks and the way I've had people describe it on Twitter is very, very good. Brad Perez said it drove great. Like, just nothing but high praise for the driving, and so I'm not too concerned about that. I don't think it's going to drive like iRacing at all, but I do think it's gonna be a decent driving model. The graphics, we're not going to get any better than this. Like, this is as good as it's going to get, and I don't think I could ask for more. Maybe a little bit more detail, I guess. Some of these little things tidied up, but I think the graphics look great, and I have no complaints, not a little bit. The tracks are going to be, they're laser scanned and they're perfect. You can't do any better that none of these tracks are going to be off, like they're perfect. You're going to feel every bump. Every little thing is perfect. So no complaints on my end on that. What I'm most excited for is the career mode. I do think that this is going to be just an amazing experience with the podcast stuff, the multiple series. It looks like there's some fun elements to it with having like your little agent telling you want to do movies, or just dealing with, like, you're going to have fun little, gosh, I can't talk about this. There's fun little side things that can happen to you in your career mode that I can't talk about it. And you're going to be so surprised, and it's going to be freaking awesome. I can't talk about it. I'm sorry. I just know that there's some fun aspects to the career mode that you don't know about yet. I'm sorry to be coy with that, but I don't want to get in trouble. But the career mode, I think, is going to be a great experience. The fact that there's no silly season sucks, but since it's game number 1, I'm going to be okay with that. I'm not going to sit here and throw a fit and complain. I'm going to be happy with that. But if we don't get silly season within the next 2 games, then I'm going to have a problem. But the career mode looks incredible. I just love everything they're doing with it, and the detailed stats and everything. It's everything we've asked for. The next thing I want to talk about is what you're seeing now is the UI and presentation. It looks incredible. I love these menus. I love the way sorry, didn't want to show the ad. But I love the menu. I love how they show like the team what team you drive for, just all the little things. And like this here, the pushing the car to pit road and everything. And now I think it's going to be like the same animation every time. The spotter even sounds I love the way the spotter sounds. And I know that's weird, but just all of it just seems so good. And like when you load into the track, it says drivers to watch, and it gives you 3 drivers, and it shows like the schedule for the weekend with time. For me, that's immersion. That's stuff that like I'm happy to see. And the PA system in the background sounds really, really echoey, and sounds like a PA system in that. It's so good. It just Now the thing is with me, I don't really. Here's the deal. I'm sure a lot of you play online, and that's fine. I have iRacing. I don't need this. I'll probably play it a little bit, but online's not important to me. I understand it may be important to you. It's going to be pretty bare bones here to start. It looks like they put all their effort into career mode and getting the game to look and run and drive great. So online's probably going to be lacking this year. And hopefully we'll get that stuff going forward. But you're just going to have to understand that that's just how it is. So hopefully online works okay. Not too many bugs, but it's just something you're going to have to deal with. But where I'm getting at is I think this game is going to be really, really good. And you all can clip this. You can come back and yell at me. I won't delete this video. I will own it. I will own it if this game is bad. 100%. But everything I've seen, I know everyone was mad that they waited a long time to show gameplay and stuff, and I get it, but it looks really good. Like, it looks like I'm not seeing this awful experience like we get with NASCAR Ignition. The AI is a little hit or miss. I saw some people sharing a clip from Kansas where he tried to spin out Bubba and he kind of shot back to the bottom. I'm hoping that can be fixed with the little sliders. I love the adjustability of these games. I love that Monster is giving us the ability to kind of make this game our own, where we can have the pack close together, or we can have the cars easier or harder to spin out, and you can adjust your own tire wear compared to everybody else. I know they did it in the Heat games, but the fact that they are keeping it, and it was a great aspect of it for me before. Like I could tinker with it to get my experience better, and so I'm glad they're keeping that. And this just looks to be an overall better game, so I think it's only going to help it. I just hope I'm not wrong, but who knows? I do think this is going to be a really, really, really solid game, and I'm just an optimist, you know. I'm not going to sit here and I'm a pessimist enough with the normal NASCAR, with complaining about the playoffs and the things that they do, and I complain enough about other sports games like Madden and college football. I'm going to be optimistic about this. And yeah, sure, part of it is I know a couple, like I know iRacing, and I have a good relationship with a few people that help make this game. And you could say that's biased of me, and I get it, but I want to see the best in this game. I just haven't been proved wrong yet. I will call a spade if this game is bad. I will. Like, I didn't like the cover. I put that on Twitter. I thought the cover was meh. Just like I don't like the fact that there's not a physical release. I think having this game on shelves would help it a lot, especially come holiday season. But I understand that they're probably losing money selling discs that don't sell, or I don't know how that works, but it's probably cheaper for them not to produce discs. So that's a tough one. They're selling this at a not $80. Like, I think the gold edition's $80, but this isn't I think that, what is this, $50? I don't know exactly. Regardless, they're not doing Nintendo pricing. It's they know what they have here, and I'm sure they know that there's a limit here on the amount of copies that they're gonna sell. Like, NASCAR isn't as popular as it was. Only 1.5 million people watched the last race, so you got to think that, like, that's kind of your limit on sales. I don't think this will sell 1 million copies, but who knows? I do have a couple friends that are excited about this game and that don't watch NASCAR. They're just excited to play it, so that's good and that's exciting. And I've been trying to hype this up to him, and I think he's on that. But I don't know, man. It's just hard to not be excited. Sorry, I'm looking this up for you. It's hard not to be optimistic with this company. Well, these two companies that have made this. The Heat games were fine, and adding iRacing to it is a good thing for sure. And I think we all see that. So, okay, let's take a look here at price. So I'm going to go to the PlayStation Store. Okay, it's $60, which is you'd think is a normal price, but now everybody's charging $70. So I'm okay with $60 and everybody else's regular price. I think that this should be a $50 game, but it's just how it goes, man. I mean, we're all going to pay the money. Okay, I say that. I'm probably going to get a review copy, but it is what it is. I would have bought it anyway. But, okay, that's what I got. I'm just optimistic. I do think we're going to get a great game. And everything that I'm watching and seeing is exciting. So I hope you guys are too. I have a big opportunity this week. I'm going to have a video coming out later this week that you guys are going to like. I can't really delve into details on what's going on, but you guys will like it. It's big for me. It's big for this channel, and I hope you guys understand that and appreciate what I'm doing here. I work hard for you, and it's just been a hard few weeks and months for me, and I appreciate y'all sticking with me. So, all right, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow.